Oh man, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nonfiction. This is the Ready Set Geek portion of the Nonfiction brand, and man, Obi-Wan dropped much earlier than I was. Well, when I researched, I saw that it was supposed to drop at two a.m. Central, but definitely it's out way earlier. And I've seen so many people have I've seen so many pages of watching already, but I didn't. I looked, but didn't really stay in there because I wanted to watch it for myself. And I figured, you know what? If we're gonna watch it anyway, might as well get on stream to do it and just have a good time. See if anybody stops by. If anybody does, awesome. If not, totally understandable. It is midnight on a Thursday. Well, Wednesday morning. Wednesday morning. On a Friday morning. But so while we're sitting here waiting, we're going to switch over real quick while we do that and update our information because it's what we're supposed to do. So hold on one second, you guys. But yeah, I really didn't know that it was dropping this early. If I would have knew that, excuse me, I would have been on earlier, but didn't had no freaking idea. What's up, man? No, I haven't. I'm actually gonna watch them right now. Okay. How are you doing? And I like we talked about before about the impersonation stuff. The you don't have to do it, man. Like you don't have to like those comments that you're posting about the Steve Kerr comments. You could have said with this being regular you didn't have to be, you know what I'm saying? You didn't have to be anything anybody else. But because when I went back to look and read the respond, it was your name, not somebody else's name. Unless there was a glitch, but still, you know, you can speak your piece. You know what I'm saying? It's everybody's opinions are welcome here. Everyone's thoughts, they're all welcome here. My eyes. Sorry, my eyes are burning right now. They just don't feel good. So you may see me like blinking a lot. I don't know why they're burning so bad right now. They were cool a few minutes ago. So soon as I turned the camera on to start recording, you said it was a glitch. Okay, I believe you. I believe you. But before I even get into my eyes, before I even get into this first chapter or part one of Obi-Wan Kenobi, the series, there's a short video I would like to actually watch beforehand that, gives us some ideas behind uh behind the story. You know what I'm saying? Behind the story, behind the mythos. Hold on one second, you guys. There is something I need to finish first before I put anything up there. Hmm. I'm missing one thing and I can't switch over till I do it. Oh, there we go. But how are you doing, Ghost? How are things going with you? Good, and you? I'm good. You switch your picture again? Okay, I think. All right, yeah, there we go. Thumbnail is up and right now. And I have. Okay, there we go. We got it. Got it. Like I said, I'm doing okay. My eyes. Earlier, I didn't do the Warriors game. Wasn't really feeling well. Was feeling tired. So I actually was asleep and woke up midway and uh, to messages people saying you're not gonna stream. I was like, I just wasn't feeling well. It's sometimes we just don't feel well. We've been going like every night almost for the last couple of weeks with the playoffs. So just wanted to take a little break. But I mean, seriously, we knew who was winning that game. We knew who was winning that game, didn't we? Did we not know who was winning that game? Because if you didn't, then I don't know. That's just I knew who was winning that game. Okay. All right. So before we even, like I said, before we get into the Obi-Wan series, it's like a short little video, just some things, just to refresh your course of everything we might need to know or watch before watching Obi-Wan. So it's only a few minutes. We'll get into that real quick, and then we'll get into the series. Like I said, I know many people have already seen the series, which is totally fine, but I have not. So I'm going to do it after we get into this right here. So once again, this is everything you need to know before watching the Obi-Wan Kenobi. And this is from Star Wars Explained. If you haven't, I'll put a link in the description for Star Wars Explained, or actually just for this video, and you can go and check out the rest of their content. If you're a big Star Wars fan, this is a really great channel. They have great content. They have over 45,000 subscribers, and they have great content, great material, great knowledge of the Force and everything there is to do with the Force. So, like I said, we'll put a link in the description, and matter of fact, I'll do it right now, just so if anyone asks, it's the link in the description. The link will be right there. Here, okay, here we go. See, I'll put it with the original video. There you go. So you'll see above my synopsis, it'll say original video, and that's the original video right there. So once again, like I said, let's get into it, you guys. Turn the volume up slow.
Obi-Wan Kenobi is almost here. Today I'm going to run through everything you need to know for the series. The trailers have confirmed the appearance of a handful of Star Wars characters and locations that might be familiar to fans who have watched the animated series or read the comics or played the video games, but if you've only kept up with the movies and live-action series, I don't want you to be left in the dark. So here's a bit of a crash course on everything that I think will be important. The story is going to take place 10 years after Revenge of the Sith, which places it 9 years before A New Hope, almost right smack dab in the middle. Ewan McGregor has described Obi-Wan at this point in time as a broken man after what happened with the Jedi Order, but also what happened with Anakin, that he lost him to the dark side. He feels an enormous amount of responsibility for that and guilt. I think this will be a different version of Obi-Wan than we have ever seen before. He probably won't be a confident Jedi Master. He will be unbalanced in the Force with all the guilt and shame he's feeling. I'm sure it's hard to put that behind him with Owen Lars roasting him every time they talk, but I think the emotional story of this series will be about Kenobi finding the strength to move past the guilt and forgive himself to reclaim who he...
Just think about it. Like, you brought the person in that destroyed everything that you knew and everything that you fought for to help balance out the universe. Wouldn't you be broken too? Like I would be distraught. You know what I'm saying? It's like you have a group of friends and you guys are doing all these great things, and you guys are, you know that there's one person that you need to help to get over the hump and be the best you can be, and you go out to get that person, and it turns out that it's not that person, it's the child of that person, and the person that you picked up is the destroyer of everything that you love dear. That would freaking suck.
Was and can be in the future. But Owen won't be his only antagonist.
Inquisitors.
We know Imperial Inquisitors will be making their live-action debut
Reva.
in this series. They first appeared in the animated series Star Wars Rebels, but are also prominent in the video game Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order and the Darth Vader comics by Charles Soule. To put it simply, they are Jedi hunters. They're made up of former Jedi who fell to the dark side or were tortured and broken into servitude to the Emperor. Most of them carry special double-bladed lightsabers that are able to spin around the hilt seen on display in the teaser trailer.
Those are pretty
They also
cool.
have repulsor lifts built into the hilts which allow them to fly. I don't think we'll be seeing that in live action, but I figured I'd mention it so it might not come as a complete shock if it does happen.
Yeah, probably not.
We've seen 4 Inquisitors in the trailers. One is unknown so far. The third sister, whose real name is Reva, is the human played by Moses Ingram. The fifth brother is played by Sung Kang. He is an unknown species, but appeared throughout the second season of Star Wars Rebels until he was killed by Maul. But that all takes place a good 6 years after this series, so you
Rebels
can expect him to survive.
Series.
The Inquisitors all...
If you have not watched Rebels, like Rebels is such a good series. It's a great watch. It's entertaining. It's fun. It's good storytelling. It's actually, you can get emotionally intertwined within it if you just allow yourself to fall into the story. It's actually really, really good.
Answer to the Grand Inquisitor played by Rupert Friend. He is a Padawan and was formerly a member of the Jedi Temple Guard. As seen in the Clone Wars series, they were responsible for guarding the Jedi Temple. But he fell to the dark side because he felt like he deserved access to the deepest and darkest secrets of the Jedi archives, and the librarian Jocasta Nu disagreed. He also appeared as the primary villain of the first season of Star Wars Rebels. The Inquisitors have their home base on the ocean moon of Nur. We've seen it several times in the trailers, both the interior and exterior. Looking out the window, you'll note that they are underwater. The Fortress Inquisitorius first appeared in the video game Fallen Order, where it was infiltrated by a surviving Jedi named Cal Kestis. And
now, let's just, before we go, let's give some love to set design. Like, look how beautiful that looks. It looks freaking gorgeous. Like, there's time and there's effort and there's patience in this shot. And I don't mean just in taking the shot, but I mean look at the development. Even though we know it's not technically underwater, unless they did practical and maybe they did do something underwater. But I doubt it. Doubt it's probably more CGI and generated images. But it looks really, really beautiful, right? Can we say that? We can say that, right?
Game Fallen Order, where it was infiltrated by a surviving Jedi named Cal Kestis. And he really messed parts of it up. But it's been 5 years since all that, so I imagine the fortress has been fixed by the time of the series. In the trailer, we can also briefly see Purge Troopers. They were specialized, black-armored stormtroopers that often accompanied Inquisitors on their missions. They were specifically trained to hunt and kill Jedi. At one point, they were clones, but by this point, I expect they will have been largely replaced like we've seen in Fallen Order, but you never know until the helmets come off. Nur is located very close to Mustafar, where Darth Vader's own fortress was built. That's because the Inquisitors ultimately answer to him, even if their general manager is the Grand Inquisitor. Obviously, we know Hayden Christensen is making his triumphant return to Star Wars by putting the suit on again, so don't be surprised to see him running around with the Inquisitors. We also know bounty hunters are going to be joining the search for Obi-Wan. The second trailer gave us a quick look at one who looks an awful lot like 4LOM, a droid hunter briefly seen in The Empire Strikes Back. He usually works with his pal Zuckuss, so I wouldn't be surprised to see him on the prowl as well. And while we're talking about familiar faces, there is one that I hope to see, although we're entering speculation mode now. At the end of Revenge of the Sith, you probably remember Yoda told Obi-Wan that he could learn to communicate with his former master, Qui-Gon Jinn, through the netherworld of the Force. In the Clone Wars series, we got to see how Qui-Gon learned to retain his consciousness in the Force after death. At that point, he was just a voice, but the story Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray has shown us that over time he learned to become visible as well. So fingers crossed we see Liam Neeson reprising his role again. I could see that playing a part in Obi-Wan's journey. Some of the old Star Wars legend stories have told of Kenobi's struggles to speak with Qui-Gon, and I think that's worth exploring again on screen.
Everything that you kind of need to know before watching Obi-Wan series. So I seen it pop up on my timeline a couple days ago, and I wanted to watch it before I watched the series. So we're just at the end of it. It's Star Wars Explained. It's a really cool channel on YouTube.
If Obi-Wan is unbalanced in the Force, talking to someone who has become one with the Force would probably be a challenge.
Yeah, it'd be difficult.
So he's gonna have to re-find that balance within himself. But that's it for today. If you haven't already, please like this video, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all our Obi-Wan Kenobi coverage, follow us on TikTok, Twitter, and Instagram, and consider checking out our Patreon page for even more, like reactions and audio commentaries for every episode as they come out. As always, thanks for watching, and may the Force be with you.
Appreciate you. So let's see. Let's get back over to here. So, if you look in the link in the description, there is a. If you look in the description down below, there is. So you'll see the first paragraph and the second paragraph, and you see after the second paragraph it says original video. That link is a link directly to that channel. It's to that video, and you can watch the video again if you want to. You can also check out their channel. Like I said, there's a lot of channels here that do some really great content, and mostly I talk about the ones that do Marvel and DC, but this one is specifically Star Wars, and it's called Star Wars Explained, and they do an excellent job. So please check them out. Show them some love. Like I said, link in the description. Check it out. All right. Now, I didn't even press the button, but okay, go ahead. Now, we're going to get into the actual meat and potatoes of why we're here in the first place. We're here to watch this man here, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Like I said, I have a few books on Audible that I've listened to with him during this time period, and I know this is not going to be the story that they take on. I know it's not, because they have to create their own story. But the books, the way the stories in the books are written, they're just so good. They're just so freaking good, and the way my imagination just went off on this whole story, I was thinking like, man, if they adapted this story as part of the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, this will be fire. Like, it'll be fire, because it really gives off to the fact that Star Wars plays off as a Western in space. Basically, that's always been the theme, the thematical theme of what the series is about, what the movie is about, what the show is about. So because of that, the story that I have on Audible, it plays right into that. You know what I'm saying? And Obi-Wan is like the Man in Black. You know what I'm saying? Like the nobody really knows who he is. Nobody knows his identity, but they know that they know there's something about him that's different. You know what I'm saying? And in the story, he never reveals himself as a Jedi until very close to the very end, because the town that he stays near, he stays by himself, but he stays near this town. He goes and gets, water. He goes and gets food. He trades stuff. He goes in to trade stuff if he needs to. But this lady who runs a bar, her son kind of, his friend, the kid, and his friend's been spying on all of them, and on Kenobi, and they always question about who he is. And some people said that they thought he was a Jedi, but they weren't sure. Then some thought he was from a Sith Lord, because he always the way what he wore and how he carried himself. What's up, Caleb? I haven't really watched anything Star Wars related since the early seasons of Clone Wars show and The Force Awakens, but I really enjoyed the first episode of this one. Can't wait for next week. Yeah, I'm actually, like I said, I thought they were coming on later when I researched about the time. I'm in a central part of US, so when I looked at the time, it said it's supposed to be on at 2, but of course I was taking care of some other stuff and wasn't feeling well. So when I got on, I was like, let me see. And I pulled up YouTube and I seen everybody was watching already. So I was like, oh, I guess they already uploaded. So let me get on to do a stream and see if anybody shows up. But what's up, Caleb, man? Welcome back. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, I watched Clone Wars. I watched the Rebels. I really enjoyed Rebels. I like Clone Wars a lot, but I liked Rebels a lot too. And we just actually watched give you a shout out. We just watched a video that gave us a little information about what we could possibly come to expect when it comes down to this series. And like I said, there is called Star Wars Explained in the YouTube channel. So if it's something that you're interested in, they have a lot of cool information, some reactions, and just updates on the world of Star Wars. Of course, we know celebrations going on right now, so a lot of things Star Wars related is popping out. We have a bunch of trailers have dropped earlier today. Like I said, I'm reacting to those tonight before I go to bed, and I'll have those up on my YouTube channel. So the YouTube channel is youtube.com/nonpfixion. We'll definitely have reactions for those coming up. Hopefully before Saturday pops off. But and we know the deal. We know that. Where's it at? All right. So the first one is just called Part One, and it says 55 minutes. So I also know the deal. You know that timer. We'll see where we looking. Where we looking right there. Yeah, that clock over there. Once that clock gets to 10 seconds, everybody press play. And once you press play, don't skip anything that's in the beginning. Let it all play out, so we all be at the same time. So we're gonna just keep pushing like this. 2, 1, go. A long time ago, in a galaxy far away. I haven't ever watched any of the Disney Star Wars shows, but they remind me of a movie more than a show, and I feel like it sets up so much of the plot. Yeah, that's the whole point of them doing the show because there's so much they want to show and want to do to kind of fix some of the mistakes they made in the last three movies, but also to bring back those true hardcore fans that love this lore and love these characters. Because a lot of fans were misled or left because so much was retconned and so much was changed. So because of that, these stories, these TV shows can show so much and develop so many different new characters or characters that we've seen bits and pieces of, but never really got to really see in the movies because it was so Skywalker focused. So now we can see a lot of that stuff because of TV shows. Disney Plus is gonna, I mean, with this series, Andor, there's gonna be so many other. We know that there's gonna be an Ewok show eventually. There's gonna be other shows, so it's gonna branch out the world of Star Wars to a whole nother level. Anakin. Because Anakin was manipulated so smooth. Even he had to be full of evil because you murdered little kids. Like, God, dog. I'm telling you that scene when they did Order 66 and he was standing with the younglings and the blade comes out, I was like, that's dirty. Not join them? how to commune with them. I will teach you. Nice little like drive down memory lane, man. Like this, kind of gives you chills, goosebumps. All right, should have made some popcorn. Thank you, John Williams. Happy birthday too. Oh, these are the younglings. Is this from Order 66? Oh, it is Order 66. Ooh, it is open up with action. Damn. Oh my. She fought to the death too. Run. Freaking Palpatine. Just the chills, man. 10 years later, okay. Everybody like, oh, time to go. Party's over. It's the Inquisitorship. Great attention to detail with the facial markings. Why does that look like? Yeah, because they're, well, a couple of them are ex-Jedi. The key down to Jedi is patience. Hmm. He says it's hard for Jedi not to do good stuff. That's how they telling themselves get exposed. Yeah, smart Jedi will keep moving. She was ready. So she's obsessed with finding Kenobi. The CGI look. The CGI in this one looks really good too. Like Mandalorian looked pretty good. Parts of Boba Fett looked really good. Parts didn't look so great, but then like this is the fat of the character. I was like, what is that? I got it already. You and he's like, I could kick your butt easy. Easy work for him. Easy work. It looked like it popped up like it was nothing there, and it also just reappeared out of nowhere. Okay, now that part looks CGI. Let's sit back. I gotta try for you. He said, if you're gonna steal him, then tell him back to him. He said cleaning costs extra. So he just admitted to stealing them. So you really stink. Trying to reach out to Qui-Gon, I think because he is in such turmoil inside, it's not gonna be able to just call it that easily because he's not centered. It's like fear, doubt, and anger and pain. So you can't have all that and be a Jedi. Oh, he's looking over Luke. Okay. So you bought it for Luke. That's cool. Okay, like who's watching? Oh, it had to be disheartening for him to tell that young Jedi that the time of Jedi is over. As much as he wants to, but his mission has to be kept secret. His existence has to be kept secret. Now they're going to show Leia. I like how they're doing this scene. Little shoes. Leia. Young Leia, the rebel all the time. The way she run. Too cute. I want Lola. That's cool. A personalized AI drone. Stealing it. Okay, who's this spying on Leia? That's not fair to blame Anakin's change on him. What's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? We're enjoying first chapter. We're enjoying chapter 1, part 1 of Obi-Wan Kenobi right now. Halfway through. How are you doing though? Welcome. Hands go first. Oh, damn. Just cut her head off like that? She wasn't playing. Don't forget that you guys, if you chill and talk, have questions, don't be afraid to message, but also like the video, subscribe if you're new. Oh, it's online already. I hit you back in a little while. Yeah, it's. I think it was online this early, but when I looked it up, it said 2 a.m. But when I got on a couple hours ago, everybody was on watching already. So I was like, let me get online and do the start of a watch. Grand Inquisitor looks great, Jason. Yeah, the Grand Inquisitor actually looks pretty cool. I like Reva. I'm still not a fan. Just because I know how Uncle Owen is, because I've listened to a lot of the books. Of course. I'm like, dang it, Owen. Said, and fifth brother to Song Kao, the guy who played in Fast 9. Yeah. What are you owed? Then what'd you do it for? I've been into the story right there. So true. They still got him in here. She definitely reminds you of a young Leia. Did she just use the Force and like kind of read him? I'd rather be digested by a jackal beast. She's definitely reminiscent of a young Leia. I like the personality, the attitude. Jimmy's still looking good. She's the people that she close arguing. That's cool. She took off. Is that Flea? Definitely, she's definitely Lil Leia. Somebody calling the old bat phone, huh? It's been 10 years. That thing got a hell of a battery. Interesting. He really said find somebody else. It's interesting. Oh, they got Nori or Nari. That's crazy. Just to think that time period had to be super tough and rough. Yeah, you gotta understand. It's on you, buddy. You have to. You have no choice. Ouch. both his and Anakin's. So how does Reva know that Leia is Anakin's daughter? How's she know already? She should know that early, right? Like that shouldn't be the way it's supposed to be, right? My God, bro. Okay. Okay. Good start. Kind of get you into it. A little subtle. Kind of teasing the use of the saber. You know, subtle teases, subtle touches. I respect it. How does this have? How do they have a channel that? Oh, port this channel. Okay, block it. Now report it. Okay. So we had the reporter page. Sorry about that, you guys. Let's scroll, see if there's anything extra that we need to see. Okay, so that was part 1 of the 2-part, I guess, debut of Kenobi. Let's see. Now we're going to get into part 2. And part 2 states, on a dangerous, crime-ridden world, Obi-Wan becomes a target. Which is because he was set up. They kidnapped Leia to pull out Obi-Wan. We knew that. And it was to expect it. She'd been looking for him for a long time. Why she has a personal vendetta against him, we don't know just yet. But we're gonna start again from scratch. For a second, give me a moment, you guys. I need to use the restroom, and I'll be right back. All right. Sorry, guys. I felt a little hungry, so I made chopped salad. Okay. I wish I can I clear it out? Let me see. Where is it? Had to be alerts. Oh, that I can learn. I can probably do that. Trying to like get it off the screen. Okay, so one more. Okay, cool. Off screen. That's all I wanted. Now, so we realized that after episode 1, they've kidnapped Princess Leia from the Organa estate, all just to get Obi-Wan out of hiding, because Reva knows, which I don't understand how Reva knows. How does she know? Because she's not supposed to know that. She's not supposed to know information. Because if she knows the information, that means Darth would know the information. You know what I'm saying? But if he doesn't know it, then how does she know? How is she so sure? Which we'll probably learn later down the series. But how is she so sure? How is she so sure that he's on that place? Maybe she knows that Owen, that they're raising a child that's not theirs, like they didn't give birth to. So maybe she's putting 2 and 2 together, because they do know that Padme was pregnant beforehand. So like, I'm just curious, like how. That's why I want to know, how does she know, and why does she have such a vengeance towards Obi? You know what I'm saying, towards Kenobi. And then, if she has such a vengeance towards Kenobi, was from the first scene with the younglings who were training, or practicing, the young black youngling character was at her. But at the same time, like, if she's seen what if she's seen what they did to the Jedi, as far as the Order 66 and killing them, she's seen it up close and personal. Why was she? What did they feed into to cause her to change sides so easily? Where now she's vengeful, and she has hate and anger towards Kenobi. Or does she have hate towards Kenobi because he didn't come to help and rescue them? I wonder if it's a child's, or more like if it's a child's memory hate. You know what I'm saying? Like, you hate something that you remember from a child, but when you get older and somebody explains to you, like, no, this is what actually happened, then you see it from a bigger picture, like, oh, I was wrong. Like, is it that kind of situation? You know what I'm saying? But we'll see. We're gonna get to the next episode right now. I already have it pulled up. Next one is called Part 2. Like, while we're watching this, I will be eating because I'm starving. But thank you guys who have stopped by. Those who stopped by, said hello and said what's up. Appreciate you. Love you guys. Man, just come on back. Like I said, from my understanding, I thought the series would come out at 2 a.m. It said 12:01 p.m. 12:01 a.m. for Pacific, and 3:01 for Eastern, so I was okay too. But then I got on a few hours early because I was watching the last of the Warriors game, watching last quarter. I really didn't see too much of it. Watched last quarter, and then something that said search Obi-Wan. You know what I'm saying, Kenobi. So I searched and I seen people were already like live streams were already up and going. I was like, did they release it early? But I wasn't watching the celebration. You know what I'm saying, because I wasn't feeling well and I was laying down. So when I first got on the computer, I looked at the Warriors game because that was what was in my head, what was going on right then. Anyways, congratulations, Golden State. Finals, one more finals. Let's get it. But once again, part 2 of chapter 2. So it's technically season 1, and this is episode 2, which is part 2. So let's finish this live strong and get to it, y'all. Appreciate you, love you. Let's go. Oh wait. Oh, that's 3 minutes. So once again, once we get to 10 seconds is when we hit the thing. So 2, 1, go. Don't skip the recap. Because they were Jedi, now they're hunting Jedi, so Jedi hunters now. Yeah. I like Lil Leia. Yeah, so much self-doubt, man. Because my question is, how are you going to overcome that self-doubt to teach Luke the right and wrongs of being a Jedi? How would you teach him properly? You know what I'm saying? Like, how was he going to do it? It's a good question. I really don't know. Man, they dropped them so early. They dropped them earlier than I even know. I got on when you were messaging me. I messaged, so I check out the last of the Warriors game, the last quarter. Missed everything else. And then something told me to search Obi-Wan on YouTube. Search it. People were already watching it, so I just got on. I'm just now starting episode 2 already. I'm starting episode 2. Had people come through already. I thought it was gonna be there, but everybody was already on. So I got on early. I only got on like an hour early. Yeah, like I said, from when I looked it up and researched it, it said it was supposed to release 2 a.m. Central, 3 a.m. Eastern, and midnight Pacific. But it was on 4 hours earlier. Pulled the woolshed down, and did a bonfire. That sounds cool. Is that? Oh, wow. That's cool from Rebels. They just tied in Rebels right now. Like, they really just tied in Rebels even more. Pushing that spice. Tough. Interesting. They don't say what his name is in the. Yeah, it says like male contact. It doesn't say who they are. He's not really a Jedi. Oh, he's a Jedi. He's a user. The little kid's a Force user. He's definitely hustling. Roger, S3. I, I could tell just by how they played him off that he was a Jedi. Damn. These bots, man. It's been a while since he took a fight or fought somebody. So I took that punch. Smart play. Good old smart play. He said, "What you gonna stay here?" Definitely Leia. She hit him in the groin as soon as he walked in the room. She gonna take it. You said you seem kind of old and beat up. That's so funny. He said it won't change what you are. You know, Reba definitely not gonna. Reba definitely not gonna just sit on her hands. Now I'm wondering if her anger or angst towards him is because she was a youngling and saw, maybe him run off or take Luke and Leia or whatever. I mean, well, she probably didn't see that because they were just it wouldn't make sense with the story. But I don't know. Like, I'm still trying to figure out. She said granddaughter. Oh, that's the bounty hunter. I know who that is. Have to watch it later. Been good. All right, man. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate it. Sorry we didn't get a chance to watch it all together, but I'll try to figure out. I'll try to figure out when the actual episode is supposed to drop, and then we can coordinate properly. But because all the episodes normally drop at 2 a.m. These dropped way earlier. You said Mandalorian good? I mean, it's got a good story based opening, so I like the character so far. There's some questions I have about Reva, like how does she know that Leia and Luke exist and that they're related to, like how does she know that they're related? You know what I'm saying? There's questions I have. But besides that, I like what I'm seeing so far. I do like what I'm seeing so far. The wardrobe, the backdrops, the scenes look good. There's only one scene in the first episode that I felt was questionable on CGI, but everything else looks good. Snuck that fool. I want the garrison here within the hour. But the way the Inquisitors look, they look really good. They look so good. What one? They will watch the Flash later series. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Flash. Yeah, Flash definitely has some questionable CGI. The longer the series progressed on, I think they got lazy. I think the creators got lazy with this one with the story writing and also with this how the imagery. So is that time synced up with how far into the episode you are? It is. Yes. So it's about what I do is I start the timer and at 10 seconds I start the clock. So it's about I'm at 20 minutes and 56. So I'm behind that one. A few minutes behind that one. A few seconds behind that one. Yeah, we quit mid season 7. Yeah. I watched a lot of stuff until like the first, the second or third big crossover, and then I started getting into like doing my own content stuff, and I really started getting into it. So I haven't really caught up with a lot of it. I watched some of the episodes, but I didn't watch everything. And jump the shark. Yes, that's a real saying. Future Zach. Yeah, I definitely heard it before. Of course, Leia's gonna run. This adds to the story. This always happens in these movies like stories like this. The crossovers are annoying outside of the US or on streaming. They need to insert all the relevant episodes in the timeline you're watching. They do. That's one thing I always didn't like. They didn't do them. They didn't present them right. You know what I'm saying? They filmed them and they look cool, but they didn't present them correctly. Yeah. Oh, these creatures. That was an eyeball. Show me just part 2 for the movie on. Even on the DVD Blu-rays, they should have one disc that is the 4 parts. Yeah, true. I agree. I agree with you. Said, move on. Sorry, they show you episode 2 or 4. The crossover, then back to normal. Yeah, it definitely wasn't done. It wasn't done correctly. I will agree with that. It promotes the other shows, not a bad thing. Yeah, I agree. It promotes the ones that not everybody watching. You know what I'm saying? Most people are watching just in the beginning, just the Flash and just Arrow, and then Days of the other one. I forgot the other one, the time traveling one, and then of course Supergirl came into the picture, and then they introduced Naomi towards the end of Supergirl. So it was just. Is that like a Gatling gun? She gonna channel her inner. Oh damn! if you live in the U.S. watching it weekly, sure, it's an awesome week. Outside of that is correct. In the beginning, it was. In the beginning, yeah. In the beginning, it was. Then it got this kind of got like it was like there's a lot going on. Oh wow, Reva's kind of badass. Can't say I will ever watch Batwoman though. Hate the actress. I thought the actress did a good job. I just thought the story from the beginning was just not great. Or which actress? Those two girls that played two women that played Batwoman. They finally challenged stuff. Yeah, see, old him, he'd have been to make that jump like it was nothing. Was there to hold her like it was nothing. He definitely And she's like, okay, I believe it now. They all fizzle out. Give me 5 seasons max. Then bugger off. It just it's hard for the people that write the stories and to to TV lore to stay true to the comics, to stay true to the characters. Try to really the splitted blade. Oh damn! Did you see C3PO in the background? What's up, gaming? Ghost. Okay, I'm really gonna go talk to you during Game 6, maybe dry weekend. So building our shed. We waited a month to do it. Well, I'm glad it's dry out there and actually able to do it. He said that was She sounds just like Leia. So you gonna face off with Reva already? When Star Wars becomes a horror film? You said, did I see him? You know, I did not. I missed him, Ghost. I'm gonna have to go back and look. I swear I didn't see your comment. Your comment, I can see it on the screen on like the thing, but it didn't pop up in my chat. Oh, this is when he finds out that Vader's still alive. How does she know so much? How does she know it's Anakin? Only Palpatine should know that, right? Come on, bro. Oh, wait, what? Did she really just... There's no way he's not dead. He's not dead. He's definitely not dead. So is she, in this story, is she the only one that's entrusted to the knowledge from Vader? Is that what they're doing? Are they kind of retconning some things? Because it's no way that she should have took out the Grand Inquisitor that quick. It's like there's no way that should have happened. He's about to have a freaking panic attack. Darn. Annie. Those sounds. You gotta, if you're a Star Wars fan, I'm sorry, it's gotta give you like the goosebumps of all goosebumps. It's like, okay. Is there anything bonus? Ewan stepped back in there like he never left. Yeah, that was Flea. I thought that was Flea. The bounty hunter that took Leia. That was Flea from Red Hot Chili Peppers. I thought that was him. Ewan McGregor got the executive producer role? Get your paper. Interesting. So, while that's playing, I just want to see something. So the episode was actually a little bit shorter. Oh wait. Oops. Okay. Let me turn that down. All right. So that's part 2 of Obi-Wan Kenobi, or Kenobi as most of us will probably end up just calling it. This is, like I said, this is once again from the beginning, from chapter 1. This is during the reign of the Empire, and currently we find Kenobi on a trip to find Leia, who has been kidnapped by some rogue characters who were hired by General Reva, the Inquisitor Reva, to pull out Obi. Now, my questions: how does she know? Okay, so Inquisitor Reva, played by Moses Ingram. How does she know? Like, how does she know? You know what I'm saying? How does she know? And then she killed the Grand Inquisitor, played by Rupert Friend. She killed the Grand Inquisitor. But I don't think he's dead. And the reason why I say that is because when you look at in the credits of IMDb, it says that he has 6 episodes. So because of that, I would assume he's not dead. I know that his character or those characters are much more powerful than your typical this youngling Jedi. But also, if we kill off a Grand Inquisitor, then does that mean that Rebels it's been retconned? When we were told that Rebels is part of the lore, Rebels and clones are part of the lore, part of the story, part of the universe. So that I'm like, I don't. That's a big question for me. Like, if Reva kills the Grand Inquisitor, who's supposed to be alive several years later, because he's like the main villain for Rebels. He's the main villain. He's one of the main villains. Of course, they do run into other characters, but other villains from the Empire. But he's one of the main ones. and he's chasing them. And then they said after that last season of Rebels that everything Rebels was going to be canon to the story. I mean, I know they show. No, you know what? They have. Okay, so that's my first issue. My first issue is the Reva kills the Grand Inquisitor, because that makes the previous cartoons that were told to us to be that were canon no longer canon. It retcons that, because the Grand Inquisitor is a big part of that series. Is unless there's another Grand Inquisitor, or this Grand Inquisitor is not actually dead. You know what I'm saying? Like, I liked the young lady who plays young Leia. I like her a lot because she feels like the I don't want to say attitude. Attitude is the wrong word, but the personality behind the character, behind the actor, feels like the OG Leia. It feels like it's the same. You know what I'm saying? The understanding, the angst, the rambunctiousness, like it feels the same. So I like that. I like that a lot. It was interesting to see Ewan McGregor, aka Obi-Wan Kenobi, in this time, because we don't think about what he went through before Luke was of age. You know what I'm saying? Before what happened to Luke, Luke auntie and uncle, to kind of push him into the direction of Kenobi. Like we didn't, even though we've all read books, we've all looked at the comics, you know what I'm saying? You still don't really grasp the gist of that until you see it thrown into your face. The fact that he goes through this period of uncertainty and doubt and just anxiousness about himself being a Jedi anymore. Because even to the point where that young Gerald Nari shows up, and Nari's like, I didn't know you was here. What are you doing here? I need your help. The Jedi, like we can still do good. And of course, Kenobi's like, the Jedi are done. Like it's a wrap. You know what I'm saying? Like, to hear him say that, it actually kind of hurt a little bit. It kind of hurt a little bit, but it hurt a little bit because it was just sad to see him in that vulnerable state. Even though we know he has to go through that to get to the point of teaching Luke the good and bad. You know what I'm saying? The good and bad of what it is, what he's going to go into. Like the way he teaches Luke is different than the way he kind of guides Anakin. It's very different. And so because it's different, that's why Luke was able to fight mentally and separate himself from the dark side, even though the dark side was calling him, because his father is on the dark side. You know what I mean? But so that any turmoil that they're giving Ewan McGregor is acting his tail off, and it looks really, really good. It looks really good. So I like that. I like what we're getting so far, and it's only been 2 episodes, and you got so much of it so quick, where it's like, it felt like it just felt really, really, really real, and it felt like it was like, okay. And then the nod to Clone Wars, the guy who was asking for change, was that Rex? Was that Rex? The fact, but to see the Boba Fett clone with the long beard in the guard with the blue stripes. I'm like, another way you tied in clones, you tied in rebels into the story, but then you kill the Grand Inquisitor. I'm so confused. Can somebody who is much smarter than me in the world of Star Wars explain this to me? Because if that's, I love that little nod. Because I know that they are separate for a while. They are separate and they do their different things. And I want to remember in the cartoon, like, was one of them? Did one of them say did Rex ever say he was on Daya? Because I'm like, is it a time when Ahsoka was up in the series, in the cartoon series? I don't know. I don't remember. I have to go back and skim through and watch everything all over again. Matter of fact, I still have to actually watch the last season, or most of it. I watched some of it, never finished it. Got a chance to finish it, but and then of course, the end of episode 2, when she's Reva is like right there after she murders the Grand Inquisitor, or what we believe is she murdered the Grand Inquisitor, and she's talking to Kenobi. She knows he's hiding, but she knows he's within ears like reach, like he can hear her, and she says that about he's a that he's alive. He'll be happy to see you. Speaking on Anakin, on Annie, aka Darth, like, and the look on Ewan McGregor's face, it was so much acting in that. Just the look. Oh, I like that. And then if we go back to the beginning, when he first gets on, you said the first episode was dumpster fire. I mean, that's your opinion. I enjoyed them. There's different pieces. There's some questions I have about Reva, but I actually enjoyed them. For there not being some decent content besides Mandalorian. But I enjoyed them more than I like Boba Fett. I'll say that. I enjoyed the first 2 more than I like. Nothing even interesting. That's fine. Everybody has their opinion. That's totally cool. But I liked what I saw. I liked the CGI. I like the fact that we got nod to Rebels more than one time. I like that now we got a nod to clones more than one time. I just enjoyed it. But the first one was a good establishing one for me. The second one, I actually, it was just a little bit slow, and I think it's just because more so of the whole chase aspect, which could have been cut down a little sooner. Took a little bit longer because they were trying to fulfill that second episode, make it feel like more of a movie than anything. But they didn't have to. They didn't have to do that in the second episode. They could have made it shorter and kind of had him escape and dropping Leia back off to Organa. You know what I'm saying, to the king. But all in all, the questions I have, I know I assume they will be answered in the next couple episodes. You know what I'm saying? I would assume. Now, I mean, just looking at the voting, you guys said 70% said yes, 30% said no. That they did, I put that you like Kenobi chapter 1 and 2, which is fine. Like it's okay. It's okay. Not everything is everyone's going to agree on. Not everything everyone's gonna like. That's just how it is. Now, part of it is because we all looking for different things. We're all expecting different things. So because of that, that's totally fine. That's totally fine. But like I said, I did enjoy it. So I do apologize if you didn't and you felt there was nothing interesting in the story. Maybe the next ones will do it for you, and you'll find something out of there that you'll really, really like. You know what I'm saying? But I liked it. I do, like I said, I do have some questions about the knowledge that Reva has. Like, how does she have this knowledge? She shouldn't have this knowledge, and why did the Inquisitor not really sense what was going on in that situation? Well, that's pretty cool. But besides that, it still was a good. It still was a good. It still was a good watch. Oh yes, okay. So they did release it 3 hours earlier than what was supposed to be. Hold on a second. But all right, so I would just say like this: if if you didn't like the episodes, that's okay. Give the other ones, the future ones, opportunity, a chance to see if they may turn you around. If not, then this series won't be the one for you. Usually, when I go into a series, I go in much more open-minded than a lot of people. I don't try to hold the series 100% to the story. I try like certain things about. I ask questions about like with the whole situation with Reba. I need to understand. I need to understand how does she know what she knows? Because she knows a lot. She knows the fact. She knows the fact that she knows that Anakin is Darth. She knows that Obi knows Anakin. She knows that Leia is the daughter of Anakin. She knows that Luke and Owen are relatives. Like, how does she know all this? She knows so freaking much. So you can't judge a series by the first episodes. You really can't. And it's the problem with it's like it's okay. So you have your DC fandom, your Marvel fandom, and your Star Wars fandom. Some people are so sticklers to the story that when they put stuff on the live action and they change some things for whatever reason they change them for, people automatically they changed that, the story sucks. It's like give us some time, give it a chance. Like, I honestly enjoyed these first 2 episodes. Of course, there's some questions that I have, but like I said, I have questions that can easily be answered. It could take a few lines to answer the question, because one is, like I said, Reva's knowledge of everything. How does she know everything? 2, the Grand Inquisitor. He can't be dead, because if he's dead, then all of a sudden you have retcons. You have retcon Rebels, which we were told was a part of the canon. Was canon. Now, if you kill him off, you pretty much kill most of that story off, because he was one of the big bads in that cartoon story, which was a part of this story. So, I mean, I don't know. And then I know people have issues with Reva for multiple reasons. 1, because she's African American. 2, because they're gonna probably say her acting. But it's like, you act what you're given. If that's the script that she was given, then she does her best. I think she was a little aggressive as a character, but also I feel like it's because she has an inner hatred either towards herself or towards Obi and Kenobi for a specific reason. That's why her character is acting the way her character is acting. It's an anger, it's a revenge. There's something extra behind that, but we won't know until we get the rest of that story told. So because of that, reserve your pitchforks. Reserve the pitchforks until the season's over, and then say, okay, season was okay, or it was I liked it. So far, I enjoyed it. And what's up, Nene? Welcome back to the channel. I enjoyed it. I'm not gonna set it on fire. So I've seen there's some comments already, because when I went to break, before I got back on, just searched to see what people were saying, just to get an idea, because it always humors me how so many people are so quick because it's one little thing that they were hoping to happen and it didn't happen, or they made a change that they felt that the Star Wars writers and directors and producers shouldn't have made. We don't know why they make these changes. We're not in those rooms, those offices when they make these decisions. We don't know. Sometimes it's political. Sometimes that does happen. But we have to go down with the ship. This is if you don't want to deal with that, then don't watch. That's as simple as I can say. You don't want to do it, don't watch, because these stories are not just written for Star Wars fans. They're written for everyone. This is a service that Disney Plus is putting towards trying to keep people to order their program, their streaming service. So if they have to appeal to a broader base, then that's what they have to do to keep their lights on. You know what I'm saying? So in that situation, it's like, it is what it is. And I understand people don't like everything, but you have to be a little more optimistic when you go into these things, and not saying don't have any expectations, but just still be understanding that sometimes it's not going to be exactly what you're looking for, but you still can find good things within it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can find good things within it, and because of that, you still come out and be, happy about what you see. It's just having patience and understanding that stories sometimes have to change. And I think because of me when in school and college and learning television and film and learning script writing and learning stuff like that, like, I understand sometimes things have to change for specific reasons. Could be anything. Could be they try to do a certain thing with a CGI character and it just did not turn out well, so they had to scrap it. Even though they wanted to be a special part in the story, sometimes they have to. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes the actresses, they deliver or they over deliver. Sometimes they under deliver. And it's just, they have to do what they have to do. Like, they try to fix it, try to get it done, and sometimes it don't work out. But it's a part of it. It doesn't mean you have to enjoy it, you have to like it, but still have this, don't be so quick to tear something down when it's only been 2 episodes. So we got a few more episodes, and I'm okay with what's going on. Like I said, my only CGI issue I had was the one when he was sitting in the cave. When he was sitting at the mouth of the cave, that's the only one I felt okay. I could tell it was CGI. I could tell it was green screen. But the other ones look really nice. They look really good. So some people they look for anything to pick on, and to say, "Oh, that was terrible. Let's get rid of it." Oh, chill. But regardless of that, like I said, I enjoyed them. I hope those who did. I hope that you'll be back when we do the next series, the next episode. So we have to look up and see when they release, because we know that they released these 2 3 hours earlier than what they were supposed to. They're supposed to come out at 2 a.m., but they didn't. They came out at 11. So, and like I said, I didn't even know because I was taking care of something else. But I'm glad I was still able to get on. Unfortunately, I didn't get on with my normal crew because they got on later, because we all thought it was coming on later. But thank you for those who did show up. Thank you for those who stopped by, for your love, your support, your likes. Man, I hope you guys enjoyed the series. If you didn't, let me know in the comments. Let me know down below, what about the series you didn't like? What did you want to change? Don't just say, "Oh, it was mid," or "it was mad." Like, tell me why. Tell me why. Give me your explanation of why you felt that way. If you just didn't like it, then just say you just didn't like it. Or if there's something, if there was one specific thing you didn't like, let me know that too. And if you are like me, who are a little more optimistic and enjoyed what you've seen, the nod to the fact that was that Rex on Daya that was pandering for change? Was that Rex? You know what I'm saying? Like, we got nod to some bounty hunters that are from other series, from the cartoon series. We had the Grand Inquisitors. The Grand Inquisitor. Even though towards the end of that, some actions happen between him and Reva that make you question, not necessarily where the story is heading, but if Rebels has now been retconned. Because then that just kind of sucks. Because Rebels is such a good cartoon series. It was a really, really entertaining series. Because what also sucks about that is, if Rebels is retconned, then the end of it, which takes place where the Beskar sword comes into play, and that character is in Mandalorian now. So it's like, what are we doing now? So, like I said, that part I do have an issue with, because I want to know, I need to understand what's going on there, because I personally believe that the Grand Inquisitor is not dead. I think it's a fake out, just for story, just to piss us off. No, but I think it's for story. It's for story, and I think it's to catch up Reva. Because there's definitely a reason why she's so angry, why she knows so much. There's reasons behind that. We just gotta understand and learn what those reasons are. I think she knows way more than what she should know, unless she's a pawn for Darth Vader, which I don't remember ever being in the story. So, but at the same time, I didn't know Ahsoka was who she was until much later. Didn't even know no idea about her, and now she's like one of my favorite characters. So, just like I said, let me know what your thoughts were on the series. Let me know if you enjoyed it, if you didn't, and if you did, what did you like about it? What was your favorite parts? Just seeing Rex was actually pretty freaking cool. And then Lil Leia was a standout. She's like the standout of the episode. The idea with Ewan McGregor coming back to play this character, and then after 10 years and him going into a fight, it showed the slowness, him not being in shape and not being quick enough, and being punched and bleeding. We're not used to seeing that. But to see that, you've seen the wear and tear, and you've seen the doubts, the fear in his acting. And it's like it was translated well onto the screen, and I really appreciate the acting that Ewan McGregor did. So thank you guys for being here. I truly appreciate you. Hope you have a wonderful day, night, evening, morning, noon, wherever you are in the world today. My name is Nonpfixion, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace, love, come out, you guys. Peace out.